Okay, hi Year 7. Hope that you are all doing well. Today I'm just going to be taking you through this week's English work. Okay, so you should have a task set for this week for the 4th to the 8th of May, which has this document attached to it. So home learning lessons 6 and 7. Okay, so if you download that file, it will take you to some lessons that look like this. So these two lessons are on festivals. Okay, so you're going to be reading about festivals and you're going to be writing about festivals as well. All right, so here we go. Task 1. We need to read 2 articles that address issues around music festivals. All right, so click on the link. The first one will take you to this article, Festivals 2018, the gender gap in music festival lineups. Okay, so this article is about the fact that basically there are way more men that are employed or paid to perform at music festivals than there are women. All right, so the article is just going to give you some information about that. Okay, and we can see, for example, here, this is a graph that shows you how male-dominated music festivals are. Okay, so male-dominated just means that there are way more men performing at music festivals than there are women. So the article will tell you a bit about that, what people think about that, what can be done about that, etc. Okay, then we go back to our lesson and we click on the other link and read the second article. Now this one is actually about music festivals and the environment. Okay, so this is still an issue around music festivals, but it's a different issue. This time is thinking about how green festivals are. So how much are they harming the environment? So again, you can see it's going to take in things like people traveling to festivals, all the waste that gets left behind at festivals, this kind of thing. People using plastic at festivals, etc. All right, so just 2 articles that you need to read there that will give you some different bits of information about music festivals. Then you have a series of questions that you need to answer based on what you have read. Okay, so there are 3 questions here, but you have to answer each of them twice because you're going to answer each question for each article. All right, so the first question says, what is the issue with music festivals that's explored in the article, and what do you learn about it? All right, so all you're going to say there, obviously, your first article is about gender. What have you learned about that issue from your reading? Second article is about sort of the environmental impacts of festivals. Again, what have you actually learned from your reading? Okay, fine. Question 2, this is where your opinion needs to start coming into it. So you're not just explaining what you've read at this point. Now you need to start thinking about what you think about what you have read. So do you agree that this is a big problem? And then why or why not? All right, so do you think that this is something people need to be taking really seriously? Do you think that this is something that needs something done about it immediately? And why do you think that? And then finally, what do you think should be done to address the problem? So you'll probably get some ideas on that from the articles themselves, but you can come up with your own solutions as well. And again, you need to answer that question for both different articles. All right, so what do you think should be done about the gender imbalance? And then what do you think should be done about the environmental impact? And then finally, the last task for our first lesson, task 2, music festivals aren't the only kind of festival. Research what other kinds of festivals people attend and write a paragraph explaining what you learn. All right, so that's just a little research task. You're going to want to look up festivals that aren't music festivals. So festivals where people don't just go to see bands or artists. So a few little tips, you might want to look up the Edinburgh Festival, for example, see what they do at the Edinburgh Festival. You might want to look up sort of literary festivals that are around the idea of books and reading. There are lots of different kind of directions that can take you in. So just have a little Google, have a look online and see what you find, and then write a paragraph explaining what you have learned. All right, so lesson 1 then, we have become experts in the world of festivals. Good, because in lesson 2, we now need to use all that knowledge to write about our own festival. Okay, So your second lesson, you are going to be designing a festival of your own. So you're going to imagine that you are a festival director. So a festival director would just be someone that is deciding what is going to be on at this festival, what acts you're going to have, what kind of food you're going to have, where people are going to camp, are they going to camp, all those kind of things. And you're going to write a letter to a festival promoter. That just means someone that's going to give you the money to put on this festival, explaining why they should fund your idea for an amazing festival. And it can be for whatever you want: music, film, books, comedy, a combination, anything at all. So in your letter, you just need to explain what's going to be happening at this festival and why it's going to be such a good idea. All right, so you can put anything you like in this, okay? This is entirely up to you. If you want to have Beyonce performing, you can have Beyonce performing. Assume that everyone will take your calls, okay? You can book whoever you want. So just explain why your festival is unique, is amazing, why people need to visit it. And there are even these little posters around the edge that you could use to sort of inspire you. I think I like the sound of this one. The girls, all female artists, I would definitely attend that festival. All right, so remember it's a letter, so it should start, dear sir, madam, dear festival promoter, comma, then go into your reasons about why your festival is going to be amazing, and then yours sincerely, and sign it off at the end. All right, if you have any further questions about those lessons, then just message your teacher on Show My Homework. Otherwise, enjoy. We all look forward to hearing about the festivals that you come up with, and good luck.